Well, it is so good to be with you all this morning. My name is Kristin Riegel. I'm one of the pastors here, and it's wonderful to see you who are here in the sanctuary and all of you who are worshiping with us at home as well. The past few weeks, as part of this post-Easter sermon series, we've been talking about the many reasons that we have to live as Easter people, to live like butterflies with beauty and with hope. But after being cooped up for so long, for so many, many months, and having a world that has changed so very much, it can be a challenge to live into this hope that we profess and we believe in. Here's something to think about. It's been shown that we become like the 5 people we spend the most time with. I'm going to say that again. We become like the 5 people we spend the most time with. So today we are going to be thinking about that and focusing on how we can rely on the relationships in our lives to lift each other up and encourage one another, to be the people, the butterflies that God has created us to be. One of the things that we often say here at Second is that God has no hands but ours. But we are not only God's hands, the hands of Jesus Christ, but we are also the face and the voice of God to many, many people in our lives. And we need to remember how important it is not only to share God's face and voice with one another, but to also make sure that we have people in our lives who can reflect the face and voice of God back to us. One of the ways we can live like a new creation is by surrounding ourselves with friends who bring out the best in us, who reflect joy and hope back to us. Our scripture reading for this morning is from Proverbs chapter 27, verses 6, 9, 10, and 17. Friends, let us hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Trustworthy are bruises from a friend. Kisses from an enemy do you in. Oil and incense make the heart glad, and the sweetness of friends comes from their advice. Don't desert your friend or a friend of your family. Don't go to your relative's house when disaster strikes. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens a friend. May God bless our understanding of this holy wisdom. Friends, thanks be to God. This week we have 2 very special guest preachers who share a beautiful friendship. Their teamwork, love, and encouragement is an example of how support from friends can both lighten our souls and bring light to them. Paul recorded this conversation last week with Doug Penning and Mary Warm, and we hope that their words and their friendship will be a blessing to you this morning.
My name is Mary Warm. I'm 29 years old, going to be 30 in the fall. I am a student at University of Kansas City. I am a sophomore, and my degree is early childhood education. I want to be a full-time assistant pre-K teacher, and that is what I do as a job right now.
My name is Doug Penning. I'm 33 years old, and I live in Athens, Georgia. And I work at Chick-fil-A and also at Publix. I just been there for about 3 to 4 weeks, and I love every minute of it. when Mary and I met at the National Down Syndrome Congress. That happens every year, but when we met was in 2018.
Doug, where are we having this conversation with you? Where are you?
Athens, Georgia.
I'm here from Kansas City, Missouri, in my own condo.
How do you spread your wings every day when it can be not so easy to do that? Who wants to start?
For Doug and I are a serious couple, and we are 2 states apart, which is hard for the both of us. The way that we spread our wings is through visiting each other's states when things lifted up a little bit. Yes, it's during the COVID of the hard time right now.
Yeah.
But we are hanging in there and we are doing good, but we love each other and we are still continuing our relationship.
I mean, it seems like in the 11 years I've known you, you've always got a new adventure. You've got a new goal in front of you. Where does that energy come from? What's your latest goal and adventure?
Well, my new adventure, what I'm doing right now is continuing my education at college. Is the most, because for me, as a person with Down syndrome, I believe that not a lot of people know that we exist, and the fact that we're not college material. I know I can do it because I know that because I have perseverance in my life, and I know I can do it. I want to graduate like everybody else as a regular student, and that have changed me because I love my school so much. I know people don't like school, but I do.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting adventure.
Where does that energy come from? Where does that determination come from?
Actually, God is the one who made me that keep me doing it, because is that God created me as a person with Down syndrome. And I'm very happy that he created me because we need more people with Down syndrome in our lives.
Yeah.
And I think he is the main one of it all. So this is all thanks to God. And I love him and I believe in him. And he's the one who makes everything with that, along with family who I was born with, who's very strong supportive of me, what I want to do in my school.
Thank you. Mr. Penning.
Yes.
What is it that gives you energy to keep going and to spread your wings and to try new things? Where does that come from? And what is your latest adventure?
Well, it comes through my heart. I think that faith means a lot. I love this road this path that God gave me. One of my phrases is that whatever makes you happy, you should go for it. No matter if it's hard, difficult, or whatever that you set your mind onto, you can do whatever you want to achieve it. And so my adventures that I would like to share is that I love watching my relationship grow with Mary Warren. I mean, I never met anyone that's special like her. She's great. I can see her as a role model.
Doug, is there anything that you have been doing during this crazy quarantine time? Have you used it as an opportunity to develop some new skills or try to learn some new things or to take a class, or what have you done?
Well, I'm glad that you actually said that, Paul, because that's a topic I know very well. The things that I know it's hard being cooped up and stuff. For a while, I used to, and I still am, I still work at Chick-fil-A. But since with this COVID and stuff that hit, they closed their dining room, and that's where my position is, where I work. But I had to think outside of the box when I knew that Chick-fil-A was closing up their dining room. That's when I found Publix, because I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to keep working.
So when you, in the middle of the pandemic, lost your job, you decided, I'm going to go out there and find another job.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great. How did you do that?
Well, mostly I had to do some calls. I had to figure things out about how I can get a new job. And the thing is, with people with Down syndrome, it's hard to find a job. And now, since I've been there for about 3 to 4 weeks, almost a month or so, I'm enjoying every minute of it. I love what I do. My position is a bagger. I
Okay.
get to be around customers. I'm a very sociable guy. I love being around customers. I love when they come in through the doors and give their big smile on their face and just greet them with bunches of joy and just lift up their spirits and just enjoy life.
Thank you, Mary and Doug. As you can see, Mary and Doug's approach to life as individuals is inspiring to see, but as they come together as a couple and as friends, their infectious love for each other grows exponentially. It is an example of how, when we have positive people in our lives, we are able to be lifted up and to experience the love of God. God often uses those friendships and relationships not only to fill us with love, but to fill us so full with love that it flows over into other relationships and into the lives of people around us. We're going to hear from Doug and Mary one more time as they share a creative way that they have bridged the gap between Kansas City and Athens, Georgia, through an inspirational Instagram channel that they created together. It's a channel that's viewed and followed by hundreds of others. It's been a way that through their relationship, they have been able to share the voice and the heart of God and a little bit of fun as well. So let's go back to that video, Alex.
I wonder if one of you or both of you could tell me a little bit about what's up with Doug and Mary. How did that start? And do you feel like you've been able to share inspiration and help with other people through that platform?
We want to do something together as a couple and show the world who we are. And we decided to do What's Up with Doug and Mary because we want to create something for Doug and I. And not just sit around and talk about more things with that. We wanted to talk more about other things and do things together.
I mean, yeah, we have different segments, different ideas, different things to branch out to our audience. And we give them that advice to go through all this stuff and knowing that the fact that they're not alone. No one should be alone. This video is about strength in life. We all have strengths that we have in this world, but how do we go through it? We don't go through it alone. We go through the people that we feel more closest to, and they help us by talking about life.
The way we feel about talking to people about our strengths is very happy because we like an honest and open conversation to people that we trust. The strength that we have is being role model to people. Our advice is to talk to people, no matter if you're shy or not. Thank you for watching.
What's up? What's up? What's up with Doug and Mary?
What's up? What's up? What's up with Doug? Exercising, yes. I have been taking walks and seeing nature, yes.
Great, great. Doug, anything else that you do to kind of give yourself energy and perspective outside of talking to Mary on Zoom?
Yes, of course. I actually coach tennis here in Athens, Georgia, called Special Pops for people with intellectuals and disabilities to learn how to play the game. So I tried to get out more.
Good. Well, you guys are an inspiration to me. Is there anything else that you would like to say or like to share with the community before we close in terms of how you How you spread your wings and live like a butterfly when it's hard sometimes?
Actually, Paul, there was one day that I was doing some yard type work. I was blowing off the driveway, and since this is the topic about butterflies, all of a sudden I saw a butterfly just like laying on the ground, and then I realized when I looked at it, it got me some perspective of knowing how butterflies represent hope, life. It just brought me joy.
For me, in the final thoughts, is that, as Doug said, advice, whatever makes you happy, go for it. That's my advice to everybody out there who thinks when things get hard.
Well, as I said, you two motivate me because I know life isn't always easy, but
No.
it seems like just about every time I see you both, you've got a smile on your face, or if you don't, you're working through it, and you're supporting each other, and your love for each other, and your love for your families, and your example is an inspiration to me. So thank you for helping me to be a better butterfly.
And on behalf of me and Mary, we both thank you.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Thanks for being willing to do it.
And thank you for listening. It means a lot to us for you to listen.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to Mary and Doug for sharing with us this morning. And again, we want you to keep thinking about who are those 5 people that you are spending most of your time with, not just because you're quarantining with them, but as we spread our wings, as we head out into the world, who are those 5 people who might be able to infuse your life with hope, with love, with joy? Often when we hang out with those folks, we find ourselves also becoming people of hope and of love and of joy.